we say it would be streamed out to people who are listening to the event.
Okay.
As well, it's recorded and saved so we can post it on our website and use it for playback.
That's cool. Okay, let me just go get my other glasses. Hold on. It's so great.
Dreen, are you still there? It looks like your video is frozen.
I am here.
Okay, good. You might want to just turn off your video.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do, just so you know, I can control those pictures that are seen right now.
Okay.
So I can put a picture of you up there that will look just as good as both our pictures.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I think that's a nice
So-
idea.
So when your camera's turned off, they see something really nice. Like me, you see my little blue guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see
Yeah.
you better now.
Yeah.
And I really like your little penguin there.
Well, he actually follows your head and winks and does what you do if you're looking directly into it, but I'm not.
Okay.
He's
That's
looking
fine.
at me.
Oh,
Me and-
that's why it was winking at me.
Yeah, sometimes it'll actually link with my eyes and turn my head and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it, Mary.
The one that,
I have different guys that can use too.
that's pretty funny. That is really funny.
Oh,
Oh my God. Look at- Wow, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I have an expensive camera, so it lets me do a bunch of stuff.
It's really
Anyways, that's my toys.
God. Looks like you're having a lot of fun there, Alan.
Yes, I have the toys. I may as well use them.
yes. So, Mary,
You look real
did you look great, Mary? Did you see on the right you can actually message? So maybe we could go through those, Al, with her.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
First is the if you want to do it, how much time do you have, Mary? Just so I know. And the other thing is we only cover so much because it will fill your head, and we don't want to cause any head.
Okay. As long as I don't lose any teeth, I'm okay.
Yeah. I just went to the dentist this morning too, so I might be a little bit lispy.
On this side, not.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to put it back in. So I'm like,
Okay.
not doing any webinars today or any
Yeah,
training.
Yeah.
Need my teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm with you there. I'm actually in the exact same place. I just was at the dentist. It's fun. Yeah. I had a bunch of, one tooth done. It took, I think, about 3 months for them to finish it. It's really bad. But I survived, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
As with you. Anyways, this here, what we're in right now, or what we were in initially, before I basically pushed the big green button, was a private room with just the three of us. Okay, so typically we would join that to prepare and create the outline for what we're going to do or talk about it if we had prepared it earlier, but we wouldn't be online. Nobody could see us. It's not being recorded. Okay, but I pushed the big green button, so that means now it's being recorded.
Okay.
And if we had the link and we gave it to other people, they could join and watch us live.
Pretty cool. Okay, that is pretty cool.
Okay, they're about 20 seconds behind us, though, which means nothing but except we have to watch because they can chat with us. So if I was to say, now you see on the right-hand side there, there's a gear and a chat bot, like a symbol for a cloud, and then a polls and a bunch of stuff there. So the first one we'll look at is the chat. Click on that one. And you'll see now it says at the top, turn on your mic and camera.
Yeah.
And then Alan Jocks, your audio is gone. Okay, so I'm going to type right now, this is a message. See at the top now it says this is a message?
Top.
Right-hand side below where it says turn on your mic and camera.
On the top. Okay. Okay, it says all these are public messages. Display. No, I think you lost me.
Okay. Did you click on the cloud, the chat box?
Yeah. It's the one that says enable chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the circle one. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay.
And then the one below it says all messages. If you click on that icon,
Yeah, that says all.
then it'll put you into message mode.
Is it private, public? Which one?
No, none of those. Can you read up top or type something in below to everybody?
I could try, yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, I say this is a message. I read. Okay, typing. Doreen is typing. Okay, I can
Good.
see that. Okay, so now I'm going here.
Very good. So now if we had 500 people watching this, they could be typing in there as we're talking.
Okay, and who's going to be reading all the messages while we are, let's say, having a presentation or material?
What I would do is I would turn off the messaging,
Okay,
right? Until we were done. And then you said, okay, now we'll open up the room for questions. And
okay,
then
that's
when
really cool. Yeah.
do that, then we just turn on the messaging and people can ask questions. Now, we may need 2 or 3 people to watch the questions and then feed them to the subject matter expert. So as an example, you could be explaining something, Doreen and I could be watching the questions. People are typing, this is cool, and fun stuff. You get all kinds of things. But once people understand how it works, then they really do ask you questions. And you can go through, I'm going to answer some of these questions. You don't have to answer them all.
Okay, so I can
Right.
type in like.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Well, we would, if you were presenting, we would probably manage the chat.
Okay.
Okay. And then basically turn off the chat and ask, give you the questions or however we could figure out. You could watch the chat as well and see Bernie say, well, what is da 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 da? And you would be able to respond.
Okay.
Okay. So it's pretty straightforward. And when there's a full window of messages, you can scroll up and down and do stuff like that. Now, there's lots of other features that we can do, but, that's a lot.
Did you buy this technology, Alan?
Yeah.
You had to buy?
Yes, I'm the owner, and also buying it's not a big deal. Learning is a big deal. We've had a lot of fun.
bet. Oh, yeah, I bet. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun. Yeah.
I know there's one thing that I think is really exciting. I mean, many of these features, but just one I want to mention to Mary is that, Al, could you mention the one about
Doreen? You might have to refresh. Mary, did you lose your audio?
No, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
I lost Doreen. It's Doreen I lost.
Yeah, I don't know why hers does that. I maximize the screen so you can also see that if we were doing a presentation or you were teaching something, we would go full screen like this and you would talk now.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's an important piece.
And my background can't be where I am now, but this is where I'm used to being. And
That's a very, very good picture in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be fine. Yeah. But you can, move it around. It's a portable or is it a wired computer?
No, it's the little Gmail, and you can just see this is what I have when I work.
Oh, nice.
That's how big it is, and then so you can get an idea of what my life looks like.
Oh, I see. And then you have that big computer to work with as well. That's interesting.
And then this is the material. You see this?
Yes.
And this is all the stuff that I prepare that belongs to me.
Yeah.
These are my manuals, and this is what I take when I travel.
No, you should have this all online, my dear.
I take everything in English.
Oh,
and then I take it all in English, and then it's translated in different languages, but I carry it either in a USB or sometimes I carry it with me so that I have the English role plays and I remember what the role play is and not just take the translated version.
Wow.
It's a lot of work. It's really a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just going to try and connect Doreen because I'm sure she's trying to get back in. So
Al, how do I refresh?
Oh, my daughter's calling as well.
Okay.
Always. Hi, Deb. Good. I'm on a call? Okay, sorry, bye. and I just connected to the wrong computer. That person's going, what the heck is that? What is this? Close this. Go back. This is really cool, though, eh?
It is. It really is. Yeah.
I'm trying to get Doreen back on here.
Maybe she went to the beach.
No, she has. When I make the screen big, for some reason, it knocks her out. We haven't figured it out, but it only seems to be her.
And see, Doreen is typing. Is she typing? Oh, she can hear us that I said she's at the beach.
Oh, there you go.
I said Doreen is having fun at the beach.
Oh, she is still here.
Okay, I'm back.
I said she's.
Turn your
having-
camera on, Doreen.
She said, I get a yes.
Are
Yeah.
you there, Doreen?
I am.
I can reach.
Okay, did you try reconnecting to the app?
I didn't try anything. I didn't know how to refresh.
I think I'm going to have to go find her somewhere.
Oh, she has technical challenges for sure.
Yeah.
Doreen, if you can hear me, do the F5 refresh your browser. My team viewer has gone crazy too. So, oh, there she is. Now I can connect.
I don't have.
She doesn't have
F5.
it. Oh, she doesn't have the F5. Oh.
She has right here.
Doreen has left the room. I got an update in pink.
Yeah, so she should be fine now.
Doreen has joined the group. Yay!
Hi,
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 Doreen.
I'm back.
Hi.
Yeah, it's that refresh icon at the top, Doreen, the one I pressed.
Her.
I
She's-
don't know. Oh, here, the refresh there.
The circle thing, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. Thanks. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had
So
a
that's the
break.
thing that happens when Doreen, when I make a screen big, like I made you big, Mary, Doreen loses her audio. It's a weird problem, but just she's having it, so we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, you didn't go down, which is great.
Yeah, it's good to know. I agree.
Yeah. And Al, just tell her about the speaker, the person you can let people speak from the audience, which I think is neat.
Oh, yes. There's other features in this, Mary, like we can, well, I'll just run through them quickly. We can run offers. So say we had a deal we wanted them to buy, we could put that out there and let them buy it. We won't be doing that till we're more advanced, but it is a feature. As well, we can inject video. So if I had a video, like say you had met with us and done a little piece on then and we'd recorded that, then we could take that recording and put it into and inject it basically out to our group to show them that video. So you can pre-record stuff. Okay. As well, I can send a PDF to people. I can send a file, anything we want to them. As well, we can have a slide presentation we use, and we can share our screen. So you could be talking to one of your PowerPoint charts, and I can put that chart up while you're talking.
Wow, that's really cool. Okay,
Yeah, so
really
that's
cool.
a big feature. We'll definitely be using that. And to do it, you would be, okay, Mary, send us a package. I'll take it. I'll load it up. I'll get it all ready. And again, you just have to worry about talking to the slides.
Okay.
It makes it pretty easy.
Yeah.
The last feature is once you do have an audience and a bunch of people who are joining, then they also have the ability to raise their hand. And if they're on a PC or a Mac, or now we know a Chromebook, when they raise their hand, we can invite them into the room and they can join us as a fourth.
Okay, that's really good. Okay.
Or a fifth or a sixth.
Okay.
Okay, so we can have up to 6 people on a conference talking, and it's being presented and recorded, and everything is working like this
Okay.
with all those features. Now, we can do a survey as well. So we can ask people, are you having fun? I don't think I have any loaded yet. Let me check. No, I didn't create any, but oh yeah, I did have one.
Al, is the survey what they call polls?
Yeah, so you see
Okay.
something in the right-hand side now? If you click on the polls,
Yeah, the
On the icons in the blue strip.
Yeah, that blue strip on the right. There should be the third one down should be polls if you click on that. Doreen, do you see it?
I do.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, is that the one where you have it's like a graph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Polls.
Are you enjoying the webinar? Yes or no? So
wow.
the people out there will have the choice then of saying yes or no, and we can watch it as they talk, as the webinar progresses. We can see the poll numbers increasing.
Yep.
Or do you agree with this approach, or was that a good example? And then people can just answer yes and no, and you can continue to talk.
Okay.
So if we know in advance the topics you're going to be talking about, we can ask strategic questions about that topic. We can poll people on it.
And the fun part is audience participation creates community.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. But so very easy to do your training on this, right? Because, Doreen, I'm going to make her go full screen, so you may have to refresh. There you go. The floor is yours.
That's full screen. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have to make sure like this.
Yeah. Now the other point here, I'm going to try and share a screen. Now you should see that screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm now sharing a presentation or whatever. It's just a random screen off my desktop, but basically that's the sharing of the screen sort of thing.
And that's what participants would also see. They'd have a small view of the presenter, and then they have a big screen of the materials or whatever it is, the files or.
Correct. Now you could, at the top of your screen, you can click on the icon to turn off your camera and still keep your mic on though.
Okay, so I can go turn off the camera, which is the little turn off webcam. Okay.
Now yeah.
Okay, so I can be like this, and you can hear me all right.
Yeah, you're fine.
Now I'm going to go back on.
There you
Okay.
are.
Okay, so I figured that. Okay, so this one. And now what is the other one? The other one is screen share. Okay.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't do that. That's more complicated for you to do while you're on a presentation, but you could definitely share the presentation right from your computer.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, you definitely can do that.
Something. That's really something. You guys are amazing. Oh my God.
It is pretty cool stuff. Doreen's gone. I'm bringing her back in.
Yeah, she's back.
Hi, Doreen. Are you back?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Excellent. Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Show her the whiteboard, Al. I think that's really neat.
Yeah, well, you have that as well. You see at the top, Mary, there's a pencil icon.
Yeah.
You can mouse over to that and take that pencil icon, and you can draw on the screen.
Really?
Yeah.
I can go like this, and I can just draw on the screen. So for example, if I want to make a circle.
Is that icon at the top blue?
It says turn whiteboard on. Okay, hold on. I have to
There you go. Just click once.
Yeah, I think you clicked twice on it. It came on and then went off. There you go.
Ah, wow.
Now at the left, you have a circle or a box. All your tools are on the left.
Okay, so I can just get my circle in here. This is really cool. Just want to make a.
I just put a white box over top of that.
Okay, can I put a circle there?
I wonder if we can all do something, Al.
That's really cool.
I just wrote something.
Oh my God. Draw over a screen share or presentation. What did you write? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Alan and Doreen.
Once we get good at it, right? Once we get
Well, you don't really
practiced.
use a lot of these toys. These toys would be for people who wanted, we could use them, but it's it's up to us. Most people want to just learn what you got to talk about.
Yeah, yeah. But in a way, it also allows you to do some kind of, if a subject comes up and you want to draw it or you want to make a design, it's very easy to do if you're able to use the like the blackboard here.
The negative of doing it this way, though, with you doing it, is that we hear your clicking as you're doing it. If I do it, you don't hear it.
Okay.
If someone else does it for you, right? You won't hear that. Like I could be muted so you couldn't hear me at all and be doing anything I want. I'll just show you.
Okay. I can see he drew a square, a rectangle.
Right. At the same time, you would have been talking to that, and I'm doing things. You didn't hear my mouse or anything, did you? That square magically appeared. That's my point.
That's really cool.
If you do it, listen to it now when you do a box.
Yeah.
Hear the clicking?
Yep.
Now, when you listen to this again, you'll actually hear it in the video and it'll be recorded.
No good. Okay, yeah, no good.
That's why we would do it the way I'm suggesting, where, we know in advance we'd have probably gone through it. If you needed to use that kind of an animation, then we could do it. But if not, generally, you just want to talk to it. No typing on the keyboard, no interaction as much as possible. I would be sending out polls in the background, or if you said we're going to have a break here and watch a video I recorded last week, I would send that video out, and you're just, playing your part of talking and doing whatever. And Doreen could be doing a part of, asking you questions, or she could be the one saying, Mary's going to talk about this. Okay, now we're going to give you a video she recorded last week. Like, the possibilities are endless, but generally you want to pre-plan these events and then record it, and it's done and live and everything is good.
So Al explained something to me last week, which I really liked. And he said, it's like every time we do one of these, we're producing a small television show, a show.
100% like a television show, 100%.
We're going to organize it. We're going to conduct it, and we're going to, it's going to be clean, but participation with opportunities to participate.
On the end product, right?
On the end product.
Yeah. Like, there's two ways you can do it. We can use this as a tool to create video to use in a training course, and then take and present a live webinar once a month and just tell them about the course, and then they would take the course and watch that pre-recorded one. And you could listen on there at the end, say, okay, we're going to ask questions at the end. We're all live. They ask questions at the end, right? We played it as a video. Now they're asking questions, and we can answer those questions live.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know what to say. That's really impressive.
So see, you created a mediation course for lawyers. We could pre-record it Sunday, Monday have a webinar, and play it for the lawyers and answer questions live, and they could get their CPD professional hours because we're live answering questions. But the event was pre-recorded on Sunday.
That is really cool. I have to say that is really cool.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And the advantage is they can be in Brussels, they can be in Greece, they can be in Singapore.
Now, to watch this, Mary, you can be on a tablet, on a PC, on an iPhone, on an iPad. The people that are joining and just watching this can watch it from anywhere using any device. There's no plugins required or anything else, and they can chat with us and do everything we've got capability to do. But they can't, if they're on a phone, they can't be brought into the webinar because the phone's not powerful enough to do the presentation portion. Okay. But because we're using good PCs, your PC is exceptionally good. That Chromebook I would recommend it to people based on how well it's working for you.
It's doing very well.
Yeah,
it's a very old Chromebook. and it needs to be plugged in, but it works. This is the one I use for Netflix or watching stuff. It's very easy, not related to work. We use this one.
So, yeah, for you, it's as hard as we send you the link in that email address that you gave us. You click on it, do this testing stuff, and you're in.
That is really cool. That's very, very relatively easy, especially since I don't have to move. I'm in this chair. I have to show you my chair. No.
Doreen, what do you think of Mary?
I think she looks awesome.
You see this chair? Hold on.
Yeah.
This is my biggest investment that I have.
That's
Oh,
good.
yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I have
An
that.
ergonomic chair. Excellent.
Yeah,
And then this is what I work on.
yeah, it
That's
looks like a
great.
good setup. Yeah.
So it's really big and it helps. It's good with my vision. And that's my older one. You can see that.
Yes.
Okay. And then these are all of my materials that I have to prepare for my next the training that's coming up, and the translations that are ready to go,
Nice.
which is what I'm doing. Yeah, that's the story. That's what I do. I just live in this little room.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, when I work.
I hear you. I'm in the little room too.
And but this is really, really cool. I love it. It's really great. I have to probably practice a little more, I would think.
Oh, we all have to practice.
It's more, Mary. The key to this stuff is do it once and then stop and then think about it for a couple days. And then when you come back, a lot of it will come naturally. It sinks in. It makes a big difference. Today is a big day. Yeah. Putting a light on your face improves your video.
Oh, that was great.
I'm going to increase your screen, Doreen. You might be lost again.
That's
but I'm
fine.
gonna-
It's really it's a really neat product. It's really neat.
There. And I'm going to see, I think Doreen's lost again. I'll reconnect her.
It's really neat. It feels like you're right next door, like
No lag. There's nothing. It's really good. I agree. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm just refreshing.
Doreen has left the room.
And she's coming back. I'm going to leave it set on you because every time I change it, I got to log into
Yeah.
her computer and fix it.
So I can hear you.
Okay, good. Doreen, why are you having trouble pressing that button? I'm pressing for you.
No, now I know what to do.
It's literally one button.
I will press it. I promise.
That's funny.
Doreen, are you taking your computer to the beach?
Yes, I can work on the beach, but it's Wi-Fi. I'm hooked to the internet right now
Yeah,
with an
she's actually
Ethernet
got a
cable.
wired connection.
Are you going to take us some? Are you going to take some pictures of the beach, of the water?
I did. Do you want some?
Mm.
I can share one now. Let me see if I can do this because this is what I need to learn. How do I share a picture, Al?
Well, Doreen, I don't know if we should do it now versus you and me do it alone when we're testing because I'd like to kind of cap it and make it call it a day on this, and then we can watch the recording. We don't have to watch, the whole thing kind of thing.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
And you're gonna.
Unless there's any other features or things we want to talk about. We've been on for 28 minutes and 24 seconds.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
At the top, it shows our time on this call, just so you know, on the right hand side at the top.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it does. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And do you see where it says on air with a little green?
Yeah.
Icon? That means we're available on the web and we're being recorded.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And do you have two little heads that show 0 people?
Yeah. I've got
That
two little
means-
guys.
I guess, Al, that means there's no participants, correct?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want, I can show you what a participant would look like because I'll go on with my other computer.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I forgot we did that.
Isn't this fun, Mary?
Fun. It is fun. Yeah.
I'm so glad you're doing this now. Ooh.
It's really fun.
Yeah. So imagine if we do an interview with you to understand your credibility, your background, it would be so easy to do.
With this, I understand. Yeah, because I can hear your voice. I feel like you're sitting right next to me, kind of.
Yeah. And you don't even have earplugs on yet. I've got a big ear thing.
Oh, do you? Yeah. No, I can't
Yeah.
even see it.
they recommend earphones.
Dreen, you probably don't need it, but I didn't realize that this software does really good echo cancellation, so it
Oh, good.
doesn't need it if you didn't want to wear it. And we could try it in a test.
Okay. I like my earphones. I think it sort of looks techy.
It does. But as we are now, if we were, for example, to say, there's a difference between mediation and mandatory mediation. I'm just like thinking top of my head. There's a difference between mediation and mandatory mediation, and there are issues that need to be considered in mandatory mediation, which in mediation, as it is, in voluntary mediation, we don't necessarily have to, but policy and regulations play a much more bigger role when we're dealing with mandatory mediation, because it sets the criteria, right, for how, and the protocols for how we're going to work with mandatory mediation. I mean, that's like something like a short 1-minute blurb that we can put up and see what it looks like for 1 second on in the clips that Alan is making. That was just so cool.
Yeah, you could record little clips like that, definitely.
For 1 minute, just for 1 minute, you know?
Yeah.
And then you can post them up. You can post them up as is.
Well, we would include them in the video during the training.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
really
wouldn't
cool.
have to redo stuff. You could just introduce it or talk about it, or like your role plays, you could put a role play and have it pre-recorded. And then you bring it in and share the role play, and then have a discussion with the group about it, with the participants.
Yeah, the only thing with the role play is you need people to actually take the lead to mediate, to do the mock mediation, and then you have to give them feedback as to how they're doing and what they did, which is something you can do.
But we could have a session and record you doing each one of the people.
Yeah, that would be good. I know that in one mock mediation that I think this fellow in Hawaii was doing, there was no feedback that was given. And when a mediator, because I participated in a couple of them, when a mediator, for example, at the end of the mock mediation during the role plays, would ask the participants to sign their agreement and demanded that, you have to sign your agreement now. We're at the end of the session. We're finished this, online dispute resolution. And many times the mediators were breaking the laws of their own jurisdiction. And because you're not doing contract law, mediators don't do contract law. And so as such, it's the responsibility of the clients to go and get independent legal advice from their attorneys and then sign the agreement. And one mediator from a province wanted to use the video clip that was offered, and I said okay, because I was one of the participants, to use it as an advertisement. And I said, do you really want to use this? Because you just made a big boo-boo, and the boo-boo is you can't be telling your clients, you can't be suggesting or demanding, making recommendations that they sign an agreement without seeking independent legal counsel. Who are you? You're not doing contract law. So then that person rethought about it and said, oh my God, so there is a value to giving feedback back to when they're doing mock mediations. It's not just about doing a mock mediation and not getting any feedbacks. There has to be learning objectives. And after the learning objectives, when they try and they do the mock mediation, then the person who is assisting in the learning part of it has to give them the feedback. And part of my feedback would be, please do not ask anyone to sign an agreement, because mediators are not doing contract law. So that's my spin. I lost both of you. I think I lost Alan.
I'm still here. No, I'm still here. Doreen, did we lose you? Oh, Doreen, we lost.
We lost. Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay. It's recorded. She can't talk.
Okay, but she's on the beach though, and we know that.
She's definitely enjoying herself a lot more than we are. Hasn't our weather been special?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
logging into my other computer so I can simulate a visitor. So I'm just gonna put. Let me find the.
Alan, you're unbelievable. I'm so impressed with both of you and Doreen. This is amazing that you've done what you've done.
I'm gonna bring her back on because I
I'm
think.
back. I'm
Oh, there
back.
we go. Good.
Yeah, I was able to refresh. I did it myself, Al.
I'm not sure why your computer is doing that, but
I
it's
know
definitely.
because our internet this year, because of all the rain, I believe, has been at least 20 times a day goes down for like a split second.
Oh, but it's only when I change the screen it causes that to happen. It's really quite a strange thing.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be great when I'm home. I can't wait to get home for that reason. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be a lot better. You'll be just like joining us.
3 more weeks. I just can't wait. Yeah.
You will be joining us, yeah.
Like when you were talking, Mary, about the mock, and here was an example. We could do a whole webinar on that topic, period. And just, talking about how to get feedback, how to do a mock mediation. Like people don't know how sometimes they're training how to do those things. And we could outline that so well and then do a skit, find a way to do a skit because we have up to 6, right, people?
Yes.
So we can figure out, we'll have to revise how you would do it live, but it would be fun to try.
Oh yeah, but we can also pre-record that too. When it's a mock mediation. We can do both. You can do a pre-recording and then you can do a live one.
Yeah.
But it's really important that the person who is watching or is the facilitator of the mediator to be in the mock mediation gives feedback that's helpful and has some knowledge in mediation. And in the past, the mock mediations haven't been like that. The feedback has been sometimes it's just, okay, you did it online. Yeah, okay, fine. How did it feel? So.
And more with online mediation happening, and it's going to be more and more important.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, give and being able for them to be able to practice online a mediation is also going to be important, and having somebody assist them while they're doing it and say, well, okay, you could have done this, or you did this, or you could have giving them that feedback. So I think the C2C, which is the consumer to consumer mediations, I think now they may be mandatory in Europe. I'm not sure. It's mandatory to use online dispute resolution. So you've got PayPal, you have eBay, then you have PayPal, you have eBay, and you have you've got Amazon that uses C2C as well, and B2B, which is the business to business, consumer to consumer, so a lot of them are being now handled online. And so that would be really interesting to see how they are doing and what are they doing exactly.
Well, and it might be informational as much as educational,
Yeah.
Because a lot of what we can do is we can prep it information and then have some interaction, and what Alan and I were talking about, like we can bring in feedback anyway. So we could do small, like 10-minute segments, and then get 5 minutes of feedback, 10 minutes of it, and then 5 minutes. So it's more interactive, or we can wait and have just like a 45-minute bunch of segments and then a 15-minute feedback. So we can design it anyway, whatever suits the type of training and the audience.
Now you could also do run through a scenario explaining something, and then ask the audience, okay, now what would you do in this situation? And instead of having yes or no in our poll, we would have, potential things that they could do. So we could see what most of the audience would do.
Oh, yeah. I think the online one, actually, as we're talking and we're brainstorming, I think having an online mock mediation where you actually have a mediator giving you advice, giving you suggestions, as to what kinds of questions you could have asked, how did it feel for you, but to give them actually solid, practical experience suggestions, that may be a really good idea, because you're opening it up, right? You're opening up this process in your work, not to Ottawa, not to Ontario, not to Canada, but you're expanding. And with a C2C, which is consumer to consumer, I can order a book and get it from Sri Lanka. And then I don't like that book because it wasn't the book I ordered. And then guess what? I have to now use online dispute resolution so I can get my book that really, I want from Sri Lanka. And so what are they doing? How are they taking cultural diversity into consideration? What I assume as hello, how are you, as a greeting, may, in Japan, they may say, my God, she's a lunatic. She's so forthright. She's not being very respectful. So what are those little cultural nuances that transfer through the computer and through the internet that mediators need to be aware of?
I think you've basically set up our first niche training.
I think so too. This was a brainstorming session. Yeah.
Incredible. I mean, we can do.
Before we go much further, I just want to show something. So at the top now we have one guest has joined. Okay. And that is me on this other computer over here. So I'm going to turn my camera on so you can see me. Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Can we see him? No.
This is me walking to the other computer. You can still hear me, but I'm further away. So now my poll says, are you enjoying the webinar? And I'm going to vote. I voted yes. Oh, there. Sorry, I didn't.
Okay.
There.
And I see yes. If you click on the poll,
It's 100% of the people who have joined agree. Yes, it's good.
We've got a good group.
So you know what? Maybe I'll take a picture of that. Yes, enjoy the webinar. Yes. Hold on. Let me just see it. Hold on. Keep it. Can you just keep it for my ego?
And
for my self-esteem building. Hold on. Let me just
click on it yourself.
For my self-esteem building. Look at that. Are you enjoying this? We've got yay. Look at this. Okay.
So Al, the other part of this is that what's really neat is
this is so funny when I do this. I'm sorry.
That's
sorry.
Okay.
I'm behaving like a child. I'm sorry.
No, this is fun. It is
We're all
fun.
children.
The other part is how we actually work to connect, and that's a whole other discussion on, getting emails and sending out. We learned some stuff about being able to, as long as the email address is online, we can actually send out and market to them. Right, Al?
Yeah, so, sorry, just one sec. I'm getting a call. I'm going to have to get it. Hello?
So that's a fun thing. As long as the email is on a website somewhere, we can actually email to that person, no problem with the spam laws.
Okay. You mean outside of Canada or inside of Canada?
Inside Canada, pretty well probably outside of Canada too, I believe. We'd have to just check our notes. But I mean, it would be great, eh?
Yeah, it would be great, actually. Yeah, it would be great. I'll see what I can do if I can pull up emails for you.
And get your list, because once you get a list, do you know how to use spreadsheets, Google spreadsheets?
No, I'm learning how to use Excel.
Okay, because if Google, we do all our work on Google because we can share the files. So I can actually connect. I have a spreadsheet. I can duplicate it. I can give you a link to it, and you go in and put all the emails. It's simple.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Alan, you and I would have access to all of that. And then all Alan has to do is go copy, put it into the system, and the marketing goes out. It's so easy.
I'm sorry, I went away. What were we talking about?
I was explaining about emails, and Mary mentioned that she could start looking at that idea of getting emails to be able to send, let's say, the marketing for the mock mediation training. And
yeah, that's fine. If you have a list that would be that you could use for that are friendly people, yes, you could. But we have to talk about what we're going to do and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
works best.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have lots to talk about, but this is like this is the Cadillac.
This is a good starting point for sure.
Yeah, you look great, Mary. I'm so excited to see you.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you too. All three of you. Look at look at these pictures. He's a chameleon, Alan.
Yes, I am very changeable.
Very much a chameleon. I'm learning.
Yeah.
A tech chameleon too. And
Yeah, for
Doreen, this is fun. What you're doing. This isn't work. She's gonna kill me.
Doreen, did we lose you?
It's fun. I'm gonna just see if I can do. We're on air. Oh my god! I better be careful.
No, you don't need to worry. This is a pretty friendly crowd.
It's very interesting. I think the other stuff that kind of I'm thinking about it for this particular. Hi, Doreen.
I'm back.
Hi.
I'm refreshed. Hi.
I'm wondering if there would be something useful to discuss gender issues in mediation. Not when men are being dicks. Okay, let's not leave that. Forget about that part.
Isn't that one of our books? We're going to write that one there.
That's the one. But with all the Me Too movement and all of these things that are going on, I wonder what we can do online. What can be done online in terms of having a facilitative dialogue that's online and people share discussions in an honest way without false allegations or what can you do for prevention? So how can we raise our boys and girls to behave in a respectful way towards each other? What are the cues if a girl says no? What are the cues if a boy says no? Because I'm sure that there are things that happen to boys and girls as well. Anyway, just food for thought. Just food for thought.
Yeah, that's a neat one. That's a delicate one as well, culturally.
It's very delicate.
Yeah.
And I think very important too. Yeah, very important.
And what's fun about this too is that we can do all kinds of things. Like the fun part is the marketing pieces as we get into those we'll actually be giving value during our emailing to people. We're not just going to click off an email and say, join us. No. We're going to provide them with value. So some of these pieces we can actually create, some really intelligent, value-based information we can share with them and to keep them interested and also to create a relationship via email. And some of these small, like you mentioned earlier, those snippets of videos can be, in a way, mastermind, like organized and sequenced in a way that builds and shows credibility not only in the trainer, but also in our ability to present and give them good information that's reliable and useful. And so that's part of, we can do stuff like that in the marketing as well and build a community, build a relationship.
Yeah, there is a specific formula for the marketing of a good package, basically. And as Doreen says, you would provide a few pieces that are valuable to them as, credibility piece. So they go, oh, this is good stuff. Yeah, that made sense. Oh, that's a good idea. And you give them a few pieces like that, and then they're more open to, well, I'm having a live training session on, or a live workshop on and register if you want. And they would have a link to register and join that.
Yeah.
You just keep building. Now on that webinar, then you could say, if you're interested in joining a $19.99 membership, this and other good content is going to be provided. And you can do that right on the webinar and ask people if they want to join. No, you don't have to force them. They can come back to this free, but if they join that, then there's going to be some benefits of some sort.
Yeah.
And so you go through designing a process of something like that. And then, they get the credibility pieces. Why wouldn't they join? It's good stuff. I'm going to get more of it. I love it. It might even be a requirement for their job to get more mediation type information.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I have a feeling that there's going to be much more training needed on gender issues.
Oh,
I think,
100%.
Yeah.
Especially now, it's been like a gender movement,
yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
going to swing another direction. You
Yeah.
could do it on gun violence and make a huge impact. You know, this is impactful stuff, what we're talking about. Getting experts like you online, you know, walking us through what can be done, because we're not exploring all the options, and that's, people just don't have it. They don't have the training to know the options. These are 17-year-old kids. Imagine the things you could give them to help them, and their parents and all the people around them. So it's all good, and we do have to work to kind of come up with our big plan and what we're going to do.
Mhm.
Because there's so many areas you can do it in.
Yes, one of the areas that you talked about earlier, where you were invited by BC to do a violence against women
Yeah.
or violence, and that was a huge area that was needed. Well, we can start with a small session on, a series of sessions on that too. I mean, it's endless what we can do.
And I mean, it's a good thing that women are talking about the violence, because there is a predisposition, or let's say, I don't know, I don't like to use the predisposition, because anything can really trigger it when it's not happening in the beginning of a relationship. But it's intimate violence that is the number one of violence against women, is intimate partnership. So it's not your next door neighbor, it's the person that you're intimate with. So how does that translate into the Me Too movement, and are the two connected? In some ways, there may be a small little overlap. I think, in my opinion, there's a bit of a small overlap on that.
When you say the Me Too movement, Mary, you mean
the
in the sense the Me Too movement is a good move? Is the Me Too movement good or not good?
I think so. Yes. No. I think it is. It's a really good step. But I also am mindful that good men, men who are very decent, that there aren't any false allegations against them, and they don't just go, well, because he whistled down the street when I was walking when I was 20. That you don't equivalate the whistling down the street with somebody who's been raped. They're different.
Yeah.
And the impact for women, the impact, the trauma is also very different. But I think that as you're having cultures, and the research shows that from particular cultures, particularly authoritarian cultures and families that are very authoritarian, there are issues with domestic violence, and I think that may translate into, for example, rape as well.
Absolutely.
But there's also drinking, there's alcohol, there's so many other different factors. You can't just.
A question about what we're doing is, would this work better, Mary, with you picking topics, or with Doreen, or better with Doreen asking questions and you answering them, but scripting the questions beforehand, and you thinking about the answers?
I don't know.
We could try both. We could try both. We could do like one with the questions and one with just presentation mode, and see how that sort of suits us, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that might want to be our next step, kind of thing.
Our next test. Yeah.
Okay.
If we can plan that out by email, that would, or phone or whatever, that would be awesome.
Think
Quick.
about it, right? We've been through it. Think about it. Yeah, your tooth.
No, I can't see anything.
Mary's tooth?
I'm toothless here.
Yeah, but I can't see it.
It doesn't show. You look beautiful.
It doesn't show. Yeah, you do.
And I have no makeup on either.
Oh, I think no, you look great.
I think you look beautiful. Yeah. When you turn that light on, it was like boom. Yeah.
And so yeah, I don't know. Whatever you think works best. The only thing I don't know yet is when I'm leaving and when my flight is coming in to do this makeup course I have to do. So that's my only little, that little thing I have to do. I'll know within the next couple of days, because I might have to leave as soon as next week, or maybe like just before the beginning of March. So that's it.
That's fine. That works for me. Whenever you're available and you want to do this, basically we can get you online and you can do it.
Okay, sounds good. And we
Yeah.
can go to the beach afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. It would be nice to get to the beach.
I'm back.
Hi.
So what I'm planning also to do is go to the office now. Jacques is playing poker with the owner's son. So we're going to be.
I lost you. I lost Doreen.
He's having bad audio day, I think. Oh,
Can you hear me now?
yes, we can.
Okay, great. So Jacques has been joined a card game now with the owner's son, and he's running the place. So I'm going to go and ask him if there's a place that if I wanted to do a live webinar with a really good internet connection, if there's a place I can go test. And then once, whenever we do it, I can work, because I wouldn't want to come back next year for 2 months and not be able to do this. So
Whatever you have to do, that's fine.
that's good, Mary, with the light on.
Okay, that's the big computer, yeah.
Yeah, very good. You look awesome. Young. You look very young. You look like you're in your 20s. Can't see it.
It shows. The gray hair is here. Got the gray hair. I've got the cellulite.
Yes.
And now I don't have the teeth. The teeth are gone.
So what do you want to do as far as next steps? What would you, as far as the content is concerned? Do you want me to connect with you via email, or we called each other at some point?
Yeah, you know what I can do is, yeah, that's fine. Both are fine. Once I know the date of my departure, I have, because I'm still trying to get the translation all done,
Yeah.
I will let you know. So if it gets delayed, then I may be able to do it before I go.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then we'll do it after I come back.
Awesome. Awesome.
Does that work for both of you?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's good.
This has been a great step forward.
Okay. All right, super. Do you want to try the mock mediation? Is that something you want to do?
Yeah.
Because I have to do the role plays and I can give them to you.
Yep, that would be great.
And then I'll see what addresses we have and how we can do that.
Okay.
Like email addresses. Okay.
Yeah, get a group of participants and see how that all would work out.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right.
Ciao. Have a good time. Say hi to my cousin Jacques there. And Alan, thank you.
Ciao.
Take care. That's great. Thanks.
I don't
Bye.
use email, Alan. Bye.
Just a sec. Al, maybe
Yes?
you want to make sure you send her a link. So how would you get the link for the video recording to be able to see how great it is?
I'll email it.
She says she doesn't email. Are you
No,
going
no.
to email?
No, I don't use this one that I hooked this coffee to go one. I've never used it before.
Okay.
It was to store coffee pictures, but I haven't used it. But I never check it.
I'll send it to your other email.
My other, yeah. And then how do I get off? How do I close this?
Oh, at the top, there's a red button to hang up.
I don't see a red button.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm live. Just close the browser.
Yeah, we just closed. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good one, Doreen.